Hey Glam fam, welcome back. I woke up with no voice today. I don't know what happened, and so I may be talking a little low. Today is going to be a review of episode 12 of Real Housewives of New Jersey. It's the last day in Ireland. Paul's mother and sister visits them for breakfast, which I thought was weird. This is a bachelorette trip, so I'm not sure what they were doing out there. And then they left after breakfast, so it was like, I don't know, y'all took a flight to have breakfast with them. But yeah, the last day is actually when they do Teresa's bachelorette activities, and it's gonna be on a farm. So Teresa and Melissa have a moment because they have to draw out Teresa's life, and Melissa drew their family. So they both start getting emotional because they think about how close they were and the state that they were in before they started all of this drama. So, I mean, it was a pretty nice moment when Melissa gave her story. So then when Teresa tried to give her story and she tried to have a moment with Melissa, Melissa really wasn't trying to hear it. And then she talks about how she wants all of them at her wedding, not in it, but at it. And this bothers Melissa. Not sure why. You were already asked to be in the wedding. You turned it down. I feel like Melissa wanted Teresa to keep asking her and kissing her behind, and she's upset that that's not happening. But other than that, the girls really seem to be getting along. So back in Jersey, the guys are gathering. Frank has gathered all of the guys minus Louis because he is getting in the marijuana business and he wanted them to try some things out. You know, they're talking about Ireland, talking about the ladies. Joe is kind of trying to rain on Bill's parade a little bit because Jen and Bill are in the wedding, and Joe feels like they're plan B because Joe and Melissa declined to be in the wedding. So he's basically just trying to make that clear to Bill that he's plan B. Bill could care less. He wanted Bill to feel like the second option so bad, and Bill didn't care. He was just happy to be invited. So then they started talking about Fuda and Rachel. And so, not Fuda and Rachel and Danielle. So Fuda, which is Rachel's husband, I don't know Danielle's husband's name, so I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, Fuda confronts him on Danielle calling Rachel a rat. Now, I don't know what exactly he was supposed to say in defense of Danielle because it didn't come out of his mouth. So yeah, the guys are getting high. They're having a good time. Then they go back to the ladies. They're eating dinner before their final night out. Everyone is talking about how they've had such a great time. And Danielle didn't because she feels like she's been attacked the whole time. So she asked Margaret and Rachel if they could move forward. And they were pretty much like, no. Rachel said that she can't move forward because she talked about Margaret. What does that have to do with you? You can't move forward with her because she talked about somebody else. So then Melissa starts to defend Danielle because everybody's blaming her for this Arsenal comments, but she was just repeating what she heard, just like Rachel and just like Jen Fessler. So Melissa stepped in and defended her, and she was right. She was right. And I was like, okay, Melissa. But of course, she had to drag Teresa in it. But she was right. She was right. If you're going to be mad at somebody, don't be mad at Danielle. Be mad at the people who told her.
I think you guys are putting it on Danielle, but she's repeating what she heard.
She's really pushing all the blame onto Danielle, but really it's Teresa and Jennifer who Margaret should be like furious with because they're the ones who did this. They're the ones who met with her ex-friend.
But Danielle feels like Margaret should be mad at Laura because Laura's the one who told them, who told her. But if we really want to take it that far, then Margaret needs to be mad at herself for telling Laura who told Jen and Teresa, who told Danielle, who told everybody else. But I mean, Margaret probably is mad at Laura. That's why Laura ran to everybody and told her business. So then Danielle decides to ask Margaret, of all of the things that people say about you, you are upset because we said that you have an arsenal of information of everything everyone has said about you. That's what you're upset about?
She should be mad at the friend.
No.
Out of all the that these people are saying about you, that's what you're gonna come at me for?
Wait a minute. What are they saying about me?
What your friend is saying.
Oh God, please don't say anything.
She didn't say it. She held her tongue again. But she did remind Margaret that the reason that people are talking about her to begin with is because she told everyone that Bill had an affair. So Jennifer's never going to forget that. And then Margaret just throws a low blow the lowest of blows. She's such a miserable person.
I'm gonna tell you something point blank. That's why you're gonna have problems in your family your whole life. You will never have a clean slate with anybody if you keep bringing up old and that's a fact. You can forgive, but you can't forget. You pull that your whole life, you will never move past anything.
Margaret, that's not nice, Margaret.
This is why she can't keep a friend. She wasn't wrong about what she said, but first of all, she's a hypocrite. You haven't moved forward with Jennifer. You don't want to move forward with her. Secondly, you literally have an arsenal. Yes, I know she hates that word. Oh well, it's the truth. You literally have an arsenal of information on your friends, just in case they get out of line. I'd rather be a person who forgives and doesn't forget than a person who has to blackmail people into being friends with me. And Margaret may have a point. You know, this may hinder her from fully having a relationship with her family, but Margaret doesn't have a relationship with her family either. Her kids don't even like her. So who is she to talk? But at least all of Danielle's friends are genuinely her friends, and they're not afraid of her, and they're not afraid of what she'll say if they no longer want to be friends with her. At least Danielle has real friends. You know, Margaret can't say the same. Her friends are too scared to cross her. But yeah, the episode ends with Danielle in tears. So next week, it looks like everyone is going to be focused on their own thing. I mean, they just had a trip. So next week is probably going to be everyone's personal storylines. You guys know I enjoy that. So next week should be cool. Shouldn't be too much drama. And then also Teresa's bridal shower is going to be in next week's episode. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Ireland trip. I'm glad that they put a lot of the stuff aside. Like, I'm glad they weren't just arguing the entire time. Honestly, I don't even understand how Margaret and Danielle have gotten to this point. And even though I do like Danielle and I feel like Margaret is completely in the wrong, I just feel like Danielle needs to stop picking these fights with Margaret if you can't handle what she's gonna say to you. Now, this is like the third time you'd have let Margaret read you. So yes, she should just leave Margaret alone if she can't handle her mouth. Margaret is a miserable person, and misery loves company. So Danielle has to understand that anytime she goes at it with Margaret, Margaret is going to try to drag her down to her level because she's miserable. So she's going to throw all types of low blows. If you can't handle that, stop picking with her. Yeah, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comment section down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.